the billionaire princess of Asaba Delta State, Nigeria, the burden of the crown. The morning sun cast long shadows across the palace courtyard in Asaba as Princess Akunna Ogwumba stormed out of the throne room, her uncle's voice still ringing in her ears. "If your brother, my late father, were here to see this, you wouldn't be behaving like this," Chief Okonkwo shouted after her. "Why are you turning down every suitor that comes?" "Why?" "My lord, please calm down," one of the palace attendants pleaded. "Let's take this inside." "Don't tell me to calm down." Chief Okonkwo's face was red with anger. "I regret not donating my only kidney to save my brother." "Why didn't I do it?" Princess Akunna stopped and turned to face him, her eyes blazing. "Uncle, how many times do I need to tell you? All these suitors coming to me don't really love me. They have ulterior motives. They're here for my money, my body, and the crown. I'm not going to give in to that." Chief Okonkwo pointed at her, his hand trembling. "This crown will continue to be on my head as Regent King until you find yourself a man. Do you hear me?" "Then let me handle it my own way," Akunna shot back. "If you're tired of being Regent King, take the next available flight back to London and continue practicing your law. Nobody is forcing you to stay here." "Nkechi," the Queen Mother's voice cut through the argument as she hurried into the courtyard. "My lord, please don't listen to her. She must be the queen of this kingdom. It's her birthright." Chief Okonkwo slumped into a nearby chair. "I'm tired. I'm so tired of all this." The Queen Mother sat beside him, placing a comforting hand on his shoulder. "We all are, my lord. But we must be patient with her." Later that day, the Queen Mother called an emergency meeting with the palace elders. They sat in a circle in the council chamber, their faces showing concern. "Your Highness, this matter is becoming very serious," Elder Okoli said, stroking his grey beard. "The princess has rejected another suitor." "This is troubling," the Queen Mother sighed. "Honestly, I don't know what else to say about this. Young people nowadays believe they know better than their parents." "Your Highness, we need to look into this matter seriously," Elder Ease added. "There's nothing to look into," the Queen Mother replied firmly. "Since she believes she's old enough to choose for herself, I've decided to let her do whatever she wants with her life." "But Your Highness," Elder Okoli protested, "she's our princess, our queen in the making. We can't wait forever." "I understand your worries, but I want to assure you that with time, everything will be fine. Don't forget that Akunna is a very strong woman. She knows what she's doing." The elders exchanged worried glances, but knew better than to argue further with the Queen Mother. That evening, the Queen Mother and her uncle found Akunna in her private chambers, staring out at the palace gardens. "My angel," she began softly, sitting beside her daughter, "I understand your position, but your father and uncle are worried about what you're doing." "Mother, I know," Akunna replied without turning around. "You need a man. You need a good man. But I told you to give me time. Would you rather I bring just any man home, or should I bring a noble man? So why are you pushing me this way?" The Queen Mother took her daughter's hand. "Listen, the last man you declined, he looked gentle and good for you. Mom, please stop. I'm sure he would have taken good care of you." Akunna finally speaks to her mother. "I will bring a man home, but for now, I want to focus on myself. I want to build my own empire." The Queen Mother studied her daughter's face and sighed. "It's all right. I understand." She paused, then added carefully, "Your ex called." Akunna's face went pale. "No, he didn't call me." "Don't lie to me," the Queen Mother said sternly. "He did call. I saw it on your phone when you left it in the sitting room." "I swear by the gods he did not call," Akunna insisted. The Queen Mother's voice rose. "Shut your lying mouth. Did he or did he not call?" "He didn't, Mother, I swear." "Then why were you so quick to erase that contact from the call list?" Akunna's shoulders sagged. "I didn't erase it. He didn't call, I swear." The Queen Mother stood up, her disappointment clear. "You really want to test my patience? You will kneel here until you tell me the truth. Do I make myself clear?" "Yes, Mother." "Good. Look at me. You take my simplicity for stupidity, and I hate you for it. You will remain here kneeling until you decide to tell me the truth. Only then can we be on the same page. Do you understand?" Yes, mother, and don't let me catch you moving around. Remain here until I return, until you decide to tell me the truth. The Queen Mother walked to the door, then turned back. Otherwise, you're nothing but a disappointment to me. Meanwhile, in the bustling Ogbogonogo market in Asaba, a young woman named Adeze was struggling to push her wheelbarrow loaded with goods. Her clothes were worn and patched, but her face showed determination. She had been working as a market porter for 3 months now, ever since she arrived in the city with nothing but hope and desperation. Princess Akunna had decided to visit the market that day, wanting to check on one of her father's businesses there. As her driver pulled up to the building, she noticed Adeze struggling with the heavy load. "Madam, let me help you carry your things," Adeze called out, seeing the well-dressed woman step out of the expensive car. Akunna paused, studying the young woman. Despite her shabby appearance, there was something striking about her, a natural beauty that couldn't be hidden by dirt and poverty. "What's your name?" Akunna asked. "My name is Adeze, Ma." "You work here? Are you always here?" "Yes, Ma, this is where I work. Please open your car so I can put these things inside." Akunna opened the trunk, but instead of just letting Adeze load the items, she found herself curious. "Can we go somewhere private to talk after you load that?" Adeze looked surprised. "Somewhere private? To talk?" "Yes, to talk. I'm harmless. I just want us to talk." "Okay, Ma. Let me load these things first." After Adeze finished loading the goods, Akunna led her to a quiet corner near the market. They sat on a low wall under the shade of a large tree. "So Adeze, tell me about yourself," Akunna began. Adeze shifted uncomfortably. "Ma, there's not much to tell. I came to Asaba 3 months ago. I have no family. My parents died when I was young. I've been doing different jobs to survive." "Where do you stay?" "I sleep in a church, Ma. The pastor allows me to stay there because I help clean the compound." Akunna's heart went out to this young woman. "That must be very difficult." "It is, Ma. But I managed. I'm looking for a better job, maybe something in a shop or as a housemaid. Anything is better than pushing this wheelbarrow every day." "What about education? Did you go to school?" Adeze's face brightened slightly. "Yes, Ma. I finished secondary school. I wanted to go to university to study law, but there was no money. That's my dream, to become a lawyer someday." Akunna was impressed. Despite everything, this girl had dreams and ambition. "Listen, Adeze, I have a proposal for you." "Ma, my uncle has a house that's vacant. I can arrange for you to stay there, but you have to promise me something. You have to keep the compound clean, cut the grass regularly, and make sure everything is neat. Can you do that?" Adeze's eyes widened. "Ma, really? Yes, I can do it. I'm very neat. I clean well. I can cut grass. I've been doing it since I was small. Please, Ma, I promise I'll take good care of the place. Don't worry about rent for now. Let me show you the place first." "Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. God bless you." The next day, Akunna took Adeze to the house. It was a modest 2-bedroom bungalow in a quiet neighborhood off Nabisi Road. To Adeze, it looked like paradise. "This is beautiful, Ma," Adeze breathed, walking through the rooms. "I can't believe this is where I'll be staying." "Remember our agreement," Akunna reminded her. "Keep everything clean, especially the compound." "Ma, by the time you come here next time, everywhere will be sparkling clean. I promise you." "Good. Here's 20,000 naira for your upkeep. And here's my card. Call me if you need anything." Adeze held the money and card like they were precious jewels. "Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. You've done more for me than anyone has ever done." After Akunna left, Adeze sat on the floor of her new home and cried tears of joy. For the first time in years, she felt hope. Later that week, Akunna was at home when her assistant called about some documents that needed to be delivered urgently. A young man named Chinedu arrived with the papers. He was a wheelbarrow pusher, like Adeze, but there was something different about him. He carried himself with dignity despite his humble work. "Good afternoon, Ma," Chinedu greeted respectfully, handing over the sealed envelope. They entered inside. Akunna looked up from her laptop and froze. The young man standing before her was incredibly handsome. His skin was smooth, his features well-defined, and his smile was genuine. Thank you, she managed to say, taking the envelope. Your fee is 5,000 naira. Thank you, ma. As Chinedu turned to leave, Akunna found herself calling out, Wait, he turned back. Yes, ma. What's your name? Chinedu, ma. Why are you doing this kind of job? You seem educated. Chinedu smiled sadly. Ma, I'm a graduate. I studied law at Delta State University, but there are no jobs. I have 2 sisters to feed. If I don't do this job, they won't eat. I'm the breadwinner of my family. Akunna was impressed. Here was an educated man who wasn't ashamed to do honest work to support his family. That's very responsible of you. Thank you, ma. Here, take 10,000 naira instead, for the weekend. Ah, ma, this is too much. It's for you. Take it. Thank you, ma. Thank you very much. Akunna handed him her business card. Call me if you need any work. I might have something for you. Thank you, ma. I will definitely call you. After Chinedu left, Akunna sat back in her chair, her heart racing. Goodness me, she whispered to herself, what manner of cuteness is that? One person is as cute as 1,000 people. Oh my goodness, so cute. She laughed at herself. Come on, he's a wheelbarrow pusher. Then she shook her head. I don't care. I don't care, I just want him. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. I want him so badly. Meanwhile, in the palace, Prince Ifeanyi was dealing with his own frustrations. His wife Ngozi had been unable to give him a child after 3 years of marriage. The pressure from the elders and his mother was becoming unbearable. One afternoon, he was driving through a market area when he saw Adaez walking along the road. He immediately stopped his car and approached her. Excuse me, he called out. Adaez turned, surprised to see a well-dressed man stepping out of an expensive car. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. My name is Prince Ifeanyi. I'm the heir to the throne of this kingdom. What's your name? My name is Adaez, sir. Beautiful name for a beautiful lady. Your beauty caught my attention. If you don't mind, why don't you get into my car so we can talk? Adaez stepped back. I don't understand. Why can't we talk here? Why must I enter your car? Prince Ifeanyi smiled. I like your spirit. Tell me, are you from Asaba? No, sir. I'm a stranger here. I see. Well, I want to invite you to the palace for a royal dinner. It's a royal invitation, and I hope you'll honor it. He handed her a card with the palace address. Make sure you call me when you get to the palace gate so I can tell the guards to let you in. Adaezi took the card, confused. Okay, sir. As Prince Ifeanyi drove away, Adaezi looked at the card in her hand. A prince wants me to come to the palace. This is strange. Back at the house Akunna had provided, Adaezi had settled in well. She kept the compound spotless, just as she had promised. One evening, Chinedu came to visit. Akunna had sent him to check on Adaeze and help her with some repairs. This place is very nice, Chinedu said, looking around. You're lucky to have found someone like that lady to help you. I know, Adaeze agreed. She's like an angel. I pray for her every day. As they talked, Chinedu found himself drawn to Adaeze's honest and humble nature. She wasn't like the other girls he knew, who were always chasing money and status. Adaeze was content with simple things and grateful for every blessing. Adaeze, can I ask you something? Chinedu said suddenly. Yes? That prince who gave you his card, are you going to go to the palace? Adaeze frowned. I don't know. I don't trust people like that. Rich people always have hidden motives. Chinedu nodded. You're wise to be careful. But if you decide to go, please be careful. Palace people can be dangerous. I will. Thank you for caring, Chinedu. Meanwhile, Akunna couldn't stop thinking about Chinedu. She called her best friend Ifeoma to talk about it. Babe, I'm serious, Akunna said excitedly over the phone. This guy is so cute. He swept me off my feet, and I tried my best to hold myself and just be professional, but sweetheart, I could not. Wait, slow down, Ifeoma laughed. Who is this guy? His name is Chinedu. He's a wheelbarrow pusher, but babe, he's so fine. He's educated too. He studied law at Delta State University. I gave him my card and told him to call me. I'm waiting for his call. I can't wait to hear his voice again. A wheelbarrow pusher? Akunna, are you serious? I'm dead serious. I saw this guy and I was like, oh my goodness, where did you come from? I need your advice on how to approach this. He's everything a man should be, and even more. Ifeoma sighed. Okay, calm down. First, you need to think about this carefully. You're a princess and a billionaire. How will this look? I don't care about any of that. I want him. I really want him. Then you have to be patient. Don't scare him away by coming on too strong. Let him get comfortable with you first. Despite her reservations, Adazi decided to attend the royal dinner. She borrowed a decent dress from a neighbor and made her way to the palace. When she arrived at the gate, she called Prince Ifeani as instructed. I'm at the gate, sir. Good. Tell the guards that Prince Ifeani is expecting you. The guards opened the gate, and Adazi walked through, her heart pounding. She had never been in a palace before. Everything looked so grand and expensive. Prince Ifeani met her in one of the palace gardens. Adazi, I'm so glad you came. Please sit down. They sat at a table laden with food and drinks. Adazi felt out of place, but Prince Ifeani was charming and attentive. Tell me about yourself, he said. Where are you from? What do you do? Adazi decided to be honest. I'm from a small village in Anambra State. My parents died when I was young. I came to Asaba looking for work. I push wheelbarrows at the market. Prince Ifeani's eyes widened. A beautiful girl like you doing such hard work. That's not right. You deserve better. It's honest work, Adazi said defensively. There's no shame in it. Of course not. But I can offer you something better. Marry me, Adazi, become my wife and queen. You'll never have to push a wheelbarrow again. You'll live in luxury, have everything you've ever dreamed of. Adazi stood up abruptly. I'm sorry, sir, but I can't. I don't even know you. But you'll get to know me. Give us a chance. I have to go. Thank you for the dinner. Before Prince Ifeani could stop her, Adazi hurried out of the palace. Her mind was racing. A prince wanted to marry her. It seemed too good to be true, which meant it probably was. Over the next few weeks, Akunna found ways to spend time with Chinedu. She would call him for small jobs, delivering documents, carrying things, running errands. Each time she made sure to pay him generously and engage him in conversation. Chinedu began to look forward to these calls. Akunna was different from other wealthy people he had met. She was kind, down to earth, and genuinely interested in his life. She asked about his sisters, his dreams, his challenges. One day, after Chinedu had delivered some papers to her office in the government house area of Asaba, Akunna invited him to sit down. Chinedu, I've been thinking, she began. You studied law, right? Yes, Ma. And you want to practice someday? Yes, Ma, that's my dream, but I need money to register with the Nigerian Bar Association and set up a practice. Akunna leaned forward. What if I could help you with that? Chinedu's eyes widened. Ma, that would be, but I can't accept such a big favor. How would I pay you back? I don't want you to pay me back. I want to help you because I believe in you. But I have one condition. What is it, Ma? Akunna took a deep breath. I want you to be my personal assistant. You'll work with me, learn the business, and gradually build your career. I'll pay you well. 1.2 million naira per month. Chinedu nearly fell off his chair. Ma, are you serious? That's incredible. I'm very serious, but there's something else I need to tell you. What is it, Ma? Akunna stood up and walked to the window, gathering her courage. Chinedu, I'm attracted to you. Very attractive. I know it's not conventional, a princess and a wheelbarrow pusher, but I don't care about convention. I care about what I feel, and what I feel for you is real. Chinedu was speechless. He had sensed that Akunna liked him, but hearing her say it so directly left him stunned. Ma, I don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything now. Just think about it. Think about the job offer, think about us. I'm not asking you to decide today. Take your time. That evening, Chinedu went home to his sisters, Chioma and Amaka. They lived in a small 2-room apartment near the Cable Point area of Asaba. When he arrived, they were excited to see him. Brother, Chioma called out, we've been waiting for you. We have so much to tell you. What is it? Chinedu asked, though he suspected they wanted to talk about Akunna. That princess you've been working for, Amaka said, grinning. She likes you. We can see it. Chinedu sighed. How do you know? The way she looks at you, the way she talks about you, the amount of money she pays you. Brother, it's obvious, Kioma chimed in. And she's not just any princess. She's a billionaire. Her family owns an oil company. Do you know what this means for us? Girls, stop it, Chinedu said. It's not that simple. Why not? Amaka demanded. She's beautiful, she's rich, she likes you. What's the problem? The problem is that I don't love her. I'm grateful for everything she's done, but I can't marry someone just for money. His sisters exchanged looks. Brother, at least give her a chance, Kioma pleaded. Don't you see? This is our opportunity to escape poverty. With her help, we can all go to school, have better lives. I know, Chinedu said quietly. I know all that, but I also know what it's like to be used for what you have instead of who you are. I went through that with my ex-girlfriend. I won't do that to anyone else. Prince Ifeanyi couldn't stop thinking about Adaeze. He had rejected countless women who threw themselves at him, and now there was one woman who refused him. It drove him crazy. He began following her around, showing up at the market, sending gifts to her house. Adaeze was getting scared. She confided in Chinedu about the situation. He won't leave me alone, she said, wringing her hands. He keeps saying I have 2 weeks to agree to marry him, or he'll shut down the market. He says the market belongs to his family. Chinedu's jaw tightened. He can't force you to marry him. That's illegal. But he's a prince. Who will listen to me? I will. And so will Akunna if we tell her. She has influence too. Adaeze shook her head. I don't want to cause trouble. Maybe I should just leave Asaba. No. Don't let him chase you away. You have every right to be here. That night Prince Ifeanyi showed up at Adaeze's house. He was drunk and angry. Adaeze, he pounded on the door, open this door. I know you're in there. Adaeze cowered inside, too frightened to respond. Her neighbor heard the commotion and called the police. When they arrived, Prince Ifeanyi tried to use his status to intimidate them, but the officer in charge was a no-nonsense woman who didn't care about his title. Royal or not, you're disturbing the peace, she said firmly. Leave now, or I'll arrest you. Prince Ifeanyi left, but not before shouting at Adaeze's house, This isn't over. You have 1 week left. The next day, Akunna heard about the incident from one of her staff members who lived in the same neighborhood as Adaeze. She was furious. She immediately called Chinedu. Come to my office right now. We need to talk. When Chinedu arrived, Akunna's face was set in determination. I heard what happened with Prince Ifeanyi and your friend Adaeze. Yes, Ma, it's a bad situation. I'm going to handle it. No prince has the right to harass anyone, royal or not. Thank you, Ma. Adaeze will be very grateful. Akunna looked at Chinedu for a long moment. There's something else I want to talk to you about. Yes, Ma? I meant what I said before. About my feelings for you. I've been thinking about it constantly, and I've decided I don't care what anyone thinks. I want you in my life, Chinedu. Not just as my assistant, but as my partner. Chinedu sat down slowly. Ma, this is all happening so fast. I'm honored, truly I am. You're an amazing woman. But I need to be honest with you. Please do. I had a girlfriend before. We were together for 4 years. I loved her with everything I had. I worked hard, saved money to support her dreams. Then I found out she was sleeping with a rich politician. She left me for him because he could give her things I couldn't. Akunna's expression softened. I'm sorry that happened to you. It broke me. I swore I would never let anyone use me or let myself be used. So when you offer me all these things, the job, the money, the position, I can't help but wonder, do you want me for who I am, or are you trying to buy me? Akunna stood up and walked around her desk to face him directly. Look at me, Chinedu. Do you think I need to buy a man? I'm a billionaire princess. I could have any man I want. Rich men propose to me every week, but none of them make me feel the way you do. What way is that? Alive. Real. Like myself. When I'm with those rich men, I always feel like I have to perform, to be this perfect princess. With you, I can just be Akunna. A woman who likes a man. That's all. Chinedu felt his resistance crumbling. What about our different backgrounds? What will people say? Let them say what they want. I don't live my life for other people's opinions. My parents taught me to judge people by their character, not their bank accounts. You're educated, hardworking, responsible, and honest. Those are the qualities I value. What about your family? Your uncle, the Queen Mother? Akunna smiled. My mother will love you once she gets to know you. She's been telling me to bring home a good man, not necessarily a rich one. As for my uncle, he'll just have to accept it. Over the next few weeks, Chinedu and Akunna grew closer. She insisted he take the job as her personal assistant, and he finally agreed. The salary was life-changing for him and his sisters. Kioma enrolled in a fashion school, and Amaka started university courses online. Akunna also sponsored Adeze to attend vocational training to become a paralegal. She helped her file a restraining order against Prince Ifeanyi, and surprisingly, the Queen Mother supported it once she heard the full story. The prince was forced to apologize publicly and leave Adeze alone. One evening, Akunna took Chinedu to a quiet restaurant by the river Niger. They had been working together for 2 months now, and their relationship had blossomed from professional to personal. I have something to ask you, Akunna said, reaching across the table to take his hand. What is it? I want to take you to meet my parents. Officially, as the man I want to marry. Chinedu's heart skipped a beat. Marry? Yes, I love you, Chinedu. I know it's only been a few months, but I've never been more sure of anything in my life. You're the one I want to build a future with. You're the one I want by my side as I run my father's company. You're the one I want to wake up next to every morning. Tears welled up in Chinedu's eyes. Why me? I'm just a former wheelbarrow pusher. You could have anyone. Because you're real. Because you're kind. Because you treat me like a person, not a bank account. Because when you look at me, I see love in your eyes. Not dollar signs. That's worth more than all the money in the world. Chinedu squeezed her hand. I love you too. I was afraid to say it, afraid to believe this could be real. But it is real, isn't it? It's very real, so what do you say? Will you marry me? Chinedu laughed through his tears. Aren't I supposed to be the one asking that? We're breaking all the rules anyway. What's one more? Then yes. Yes, I'll marry you. I'll marry you and spend the rest of my life making you happy. They kissed across the table, not caring who saw them. In that moment, nothing else mattered. Not wealth, not status, not tradition. Just love. The day Chinedu met Akunna's parents was one of the most nerve-wracking days of his life. He wore the suit Akunna had bought for him and tried to calm his trembling hands as they drove to the palace in Asaba. Relax, Akunna said, squeezing his hand. They're going to love you. The Queen Mother received them in the private family quarters. She was a dignified woman in her 60s with kind eyes and a warm smile. Mother, this is Chinedu, Akunna said. The man I told you about. The Queen Mother studied him carefully. Chinedu, welcome to our home. Thank you, Your Highness. It's an honor to be here. Once again, you're welcome, both of you. Let's talk. Over tea, the Queen Mother asked Chinedu about his background, his education, his family, and his dreams. He answered honestly, holding nothing back. He told her about his struggles, his work as a wheelbarrow pusher, his love for his sisters. When he finished, the Queen Mother was quiet for a moment. Then she smiled. You remind me of my late husband. He came from a humble background too. Many people opposed our marriage because they said he wasn't wealthy enough or royal enough. But he was the best man I ever knew. He built his oil company from nothing, and he never forgot where he came from. I won't forget either, Your Highness, Chinedu said firmly. I believe you. And I can see that you truly love my daughter, not for her money or her title, but for who she is. That's all a mother can ask for. Akunna beamed. Does this mean you approve? Yes, my dear, I approve. But your uncle will need some convincing. Chief Okonkwo was indeed harder to convince. He questioned Chinedu extensively about his plans, his ability to protect Akunna, and his readiness to handle the responsibilities that came with marrying a princess. Do you understand that you'll be scrutinized by everyone? Chief Okonkwo asked bluntly. People will say you married her for money. They'll never let you forget that you were a wheelbarrow pusher. Let them say what they want. Chinedu replied calmly. I know the truth. Akunna knows the truth, and in time everyone will see the truth through my actions. I didn't ask for this position, but now that I have it, I'll honor it with everything I have. Chief Okonkwo studied him for a long moment, then nodded. You're either very brave or very foolish. Time will tell which. But my niece has chosen you, and I respect her judgment. Welcome to the family. The wedding was the talk of Asaba and Delta State. A billionaire princess marrying a former wheelbarrow pusher. It was unprecedented. Some people celebrated it as a fairy tale come true. Others criticized it as a publicity stunt, or a mistake that would end in disaster. But on the wedding day, as Chinedu stood at the altar in a traditional Igbo outfit and watched Akunna walk down the aisle in a stunning white gown with gold embroidery, none of the noise mattered. This was their day, their love, their future. The ceremony took place at St. Patrick's Cathedral in Asaba, with hundreds of guests in attendance. The streets were lined with well-wishers who had come to catch a glimpse of the unusual couple. I, Akunna Ogwumba, take you, Chinedu, to be my husband, Akunna said, her voice clear and strong. From this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, I promise to love you, respect you, and stand by your side as your equal partner in all things. I, Chinedu, take you, Akunna Ogwumba, to be my wife, Chinedu replied, his eyes never leaving hers. I promise to honor you, protect you, support your dreams, and love you with every breath I take. I may not have much to offer in material wealth, but I offer you my whole heart. When they kissed, the crowd erupted in applause. Even those who had doubted them couldn't help but be moved by the genuine love they saw between the couple. At the reception held at the Grand Ogwumba family estate, Chinedu's sisters gave a tearful speech about how their brother had sacrificed everything for them and now deserved all the happiness in the world. Adais, now studying at Delta State University thanks to Akunna's scholarship program, spoke about how the couple had changed her life and given her hope. They showed me that goodness exists, Adaisi said, wiping tears from her eyes. That kindness is real. That love can cross any boundary. They're proof that where you come from doesn't determine where you can go. Princess Akunna saw me pushing a wheelbarrow in Ogbogonogo market and didn't look down on me. She gave me shelter, hope, and a future. And Chinedu became my friend when I had no one. Together, they taught me that character matters more than money. The celebration went on late into the night, with traditional Igbo dances, live music, and endless food. People from all walks of life attended, from palace officials to market traders, from business tycoons to wheelbarrow pushers. It was a true celebration that brought together the entire community. As the night ended, Akunna and Chinedu stood on the balcony of their new home overlooking the Niger River. The lights of Asaba twinkled in the distance. Are you happy? Akunna asked, leaning against her husband. Happier than I ever dreamed possible, Chinedu replied, kissing her forehead. You've given me everything. Love, purpose, a future. I promise I'll spend every day proving I'm worthy of you. You already are worthy. That's why I chose you. 5 years after their wedding, Chinedu stood before a packed auditorium at Delta State University. He was the keynote speaker at the law school's graduation ceremony. Among the graduates was Adais, who was about to receive her law degree with first-class honors. 5 years ago, I was pushing a wheelbarrow in Ogbogonogo market, Chinedu began, his voice steady and confident. I had a law degree, but no opportunities. I had dreams, but no clear path forward. Then I met someone who saw beyond my circumstances and believed in my potential. That person was my wife, Princess Akunna Ogwumba. The audience applauded as Akunna, seated in the front row with their daughter Chinenye and their newborn son Chukwuebuka, smiled proudly. But this story isn't just about me, Chinedu continued. It's about all of us who have struggled, who have been overlooked, who have been told we're not good enough because of where we come from. Today, I'm honored to watch my friend Adaezi graduate, a young woman who went from sleeping in a church and pushing wheelbarrows to becoming one of the finest legal minds in this institution. Adaezi wiped tears from her eyes as her fellow graduates applauded. The lesson is simple, Chinedu concluded. Your current situation is not your final destination. With hard work, integrity, and people who believe in you, anything is possible. Thank you. After the ceremony, the Ogwumba family gathered at their home for a celebration. Chioma had catered the event through her now thriving catering business. Amaka, who had just completed her master's degree in business administration, helped coordinate everything. The Queen Mother arrived with Chief Okonkwo, both of them beaming with pride. The palace elders who had once doubted this union now spoke of Chinedu and Akunna as an example for the younger generation. You know, the Queen Mother said to Chinedu as they stood on the balcony watching the sunset over the Niger River, "When Akunna first told me about you, I was concerned. Not because of your background, but because I worried the world would be cruel to you both." "It was cruel at times, Your Highness," Chinedu admitted. "People said terrible things. They said I married her for money, that I was a gold digger, that our marriage wouldn't last a year. But you proved them wrong. We proved them wrong together." Akunna never wavered, never apologized for loving me, never treated me as anything less than her equal. That gave me strength. The Queen Mother patted his hand. "You've made my daughter happier than I've ever seen her. You've been a wonderful father to my grandchildren. And you've used your position not for personal gain, but to lift others up. That's all a mother could ask for." Inside, Akunna was finalizing plans for her coronation, scheduled for the following month. But this wouldn't be a traditional coronation. True to her word, she had worked with progressive members of the community to restructure the monarchy into a constitutional system where the royal family would serve alongside elected representatives. "Are you ready to be queen?" Ifeoma asked her friend. "I'm ready to serve," Akunna replied. "That's what being queen should mean, service, not power. My father built an oil empire, but his greatest legacy was teaching me that wealth means nothing if you don't use it to help others." "And Chinedu? Is he ready to be? What's his title going to be?" Akunna laughed. "Prince Consort officially. But he refuses any royal allowance. He says he wants to earn his own money through his law practice. That's the man I married, proud, principled, and unwilling to compromise his values." "You two are something else," Ifeoma said, shaking her head in admiration. "You've changed Asaba. You've changed Delta State. The Ogwumba Foundation has put hundreds of young people through school. Chinedu's legal clinic has helped thousands of poor families. And your marriage has shown people that love is more important than social class." As the evening wound down, Chinedu and Akunna sat together on their favorite spot by the window, watching the lights of Asaba twinkle in the distance. Chinenye was asleep in Akunna's arms, and Chukwuebuka dozed in Chinedu's. "Do you ever miss it?" Akunna asked quietly. "The simple life." Before all this, Chinedu thought for a moment. "I miss the simplicity sometimes, but I don't miss the struggle, the uncertainty, the feeling of being invisible. What we have now, this life we've built together, it's better than anything I could have imagined. Even with all the pressure, the scrutiny, the expectations, even with all of that, because I have you, because we're making a real difference, because our children will grow up knowing that what matters is not where you start, but how you live your life and treat other people." Akunna leaned her head on his shoulder. "I love you, Chinedu, not because of what you've become, but because of who you've always been. And I love you, Akunna Ogwumba, the billionaire princess who saw a wheelbarrow pusher and decided he was worth taking a chance on." They sat in comfortable silence, two people from different worlds who had created their own world together. A world built on love, respect, mutual support, and a shared commitment to making life better for others. The next morning, Chinedu woke early and stood on the balcony, watching the sunrise over Asaba. He thought about his journey, from poverty to prosperity, from invisibility to influence, from despair to hope. He thought about all the people whose lives had been touched by his and Akunna's story. The young men and women who now believed they could rise above their circumstances. The families who had received help from the Ogwumba Foundation. The clients whose legal battles he had won, securing justice for those who couldn't afford it otherwise. Akunna joined him, wrapping her arms around his waist from behind. "What are you thinking about?" she asked. "I'm thinking that 5 years ago, if someone had told me this would be my life, I wouldn't have believed them. I'm thinking about how one act of kindness, you offering me that first job, changed everything. It wasn't just kindness, Akunna said, it was recognition. I recognized something in you that day: dignity, strength, character. I just gave you an opportunity to show the world what I already saw. Well, I'm grateful every single day. For you, for our children, for this life, for the chance to make a difference. They stood together, watching the new day begin, two souls intertwined by love and purpose. Finally, the story of Princess Akunna Ogwumba and Chinedu is a reminder that true love recognizes no boundaries. It doesn't care about bank accounts, social status, or what people think. True love sees the person, their heart, their character, their soul. It's also a story about dignity in all circumstances. Chinedu never lost his dignity, even when pushing a wheelbarrow. Ades never lost hope, even when sleeping in a church. And Akunna never let her wealth define her humanity. Most importantly, it's a story about using whatever blessings we have, whether wealth, education, position, or opportunity, to lift others up. The greatest measure of success is not what we accumulate, but what we give away and how many lives we touch positively. In a world that often values money over character and status over substance, Akunna and Chinedu proved that the old values still matter: love, integrity, hard work, compassion, and service to others. Their story continues in Asaba, Delta State, where they remain committed to building a better future for their children and their community, one act of kindness at a time. The end of the story. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Make sure you drop your comment and share your thoughts with us.